and we are going to get hit with an extinction event. We are all odds. If we were ever set up to fall, this is where it happens. Good game. Woo! Undefeated, you guys. Top 200. Killing it. Hey everybody, welcome back, and thanks so much for taking the time out of your day to watch Hello Good Game, whether this is your first video or you've been supporting since the very start or anywhere in between. I really appreciate you, and this video is to help show that appreciation. We have a 100% win rate deck in the top 200 Mythic, you guys. We are banging out wins with this new, finely tuned, custom mono white aggro / life gain deck, and you know, it is absolutely amazing. We're killing it. We're going to break down the deck list, why everything was chosen to be included in the deck, strategies, synergies, everything you may need to know as a beginner to start piloting this deck as effectively and efficiently as possible in the current meta. To rank up, no matter what your current rank is, I'm sure we can go a little bit higher within Magic the Gathering Arena. Thanks again. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to help support the channel. Now let's get into it. All right, I have to do a little dance. Keep the energy up, right? Don't say a word, you guys. Shh. Don't tell anyone about this deck. Keep this as a proprietary blend. You know what I mean? I sure have been loving it today. And getting into the deck list here, we do have a 2.2 average converted mana cost. It's a very fast deck. We have 35 creatures and only 5 non-creatures, so it is a creature-based aggro deck. We can easily tell that by the deck breakdown here without even looking at the cards. And then if you wanted to get way into it, here's the breakdown. What I like to just look at is the total amount of lands. We've got 20 there and a few MDFCs to top it off. So, you know, running light on land, but we do that because, as you see, our mana curve here is quite aggressive, skewed to the first 2 to 3 turns of the game, at which point after that we'll be double dropping, which is a lot of fun. So let's break down. Don't say a word. It could be don't soy a word, depending on your dietary restrictions. But for today, getting into it, Alseid of Life's Bounty. This is a 1/1 with lifelink. We can pay 1 to sacrifice it, giving another target creature or enchantment that we control protection from the color of our choice until the end of turn. We do look to gain a lot of life within the deck, not only to offset all of the other aggro decks that we see in Best of 1, because, you know, they are aplenty, they're around. So we can basically kind of slow them down, stop them in their tracks, hopefully, if we can power up and, you know, stack some of this lifelink. But, you know, it is not only to kind of stop and slow them down, but we also, within the deck, look to reach 27 life, and we'll get into that in a second. And, of course, the Alseid, the sacrifice ability is what's really nice here. And we'll come full circle as to why that is included into the deck when, you know, we do get to those other cards. But for now, you know everything that you will need to know until we move forward, like previously stated. So moving on anyways, you guys, the Giant Killer. It's hard to go through these one by one and not jump around. So staying on track, come on! A 1/2 in which we can pay 2 plus tap it to tap another target creature. We also have Chop Down tagged to it as the Adventure at instant speed for 3 mana to destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. This is really good because, you know, a lot of our creatures aren't so strong, so we can take care of any big baddies this way. And, you know, if not, it's still a creature that we can play. And, you know, the very best part about it, in my opinion, is that we can, you know, on our end step, or our opponent's end step, I should say, tap one of their creatures that they want to use to defend. Then our turn comes along, we can tap it again to tap a second. So we're really able to open up our attacking lanes with the Giant Killer. Of course, if you wanted to play defensively and stop their attacks, you could do that too. I just don't see any reason for that while you're playing an aggro deck. You're looking to be the aggressor at all times. But again, it is there if, you know, something does come up and, you know, you have to survive another turn and, you know, maybe this gets you through it. I don't know. But, you know, use it to tap their defenders and then you can attack more rather than, you know, tapping their attackers. But I guess you could tap one of their attackers as well. But if you do that, then they'll be like, well, now I have to keep this other creature to defend, right? So it's just a way to make sure that they're always tapped out. But again, use it for survivability if you need and you can't survive the attack. Because like I said, there's so much life gain in the deck that we can take a hit or two. It doesn't matter. We don't have to have 27. Sure, it is helpful and it's nice. The only time I would stop an attack is if I had the Speaker of Heavens in play and we were just about to hit 27 life, and that attack would stop us from hitting 27 life, and just that one extra turn got us there. That's the only time I would really do it, if not to survive from lethal. With that being said, moving on right away to the Speaker of the Heavens. This is what it's all about. This is the main engine in the deck, a 1/1 with Vigilance, lifelink. We can tap it to create a 4/4 white angel with flying. Activate it only at sorcery speed and only if we have 7 or more life than we started with. Therefore, we need 27. We can attack because it has Vigilance. After we've attacked, we can tap it to create the angel. This is ideal. So, like I said, the only time I would really use the Giant Killer to stop an early attack is if we had a Speaker of the Heavens in play and we were already really close to hitting 27 life. We either already had it or we were going to have it next turn. That's the only time I would be doing it, if not to just generally survive from lethal. With that being said, you guys, we do have the Selfless Savior as our last 1-drop, a 1/1. We can sacrifice the Savior. Another target creature we control gains indestructible until the end of turn. Whether we're protecting our Speaker, or our Lurrus later on, we're going to mention that as well because we do a nice loop with these creatures. So, it's a body to give us indestructible. It can attack a little bit maybe, but again, that's not the primary function of the Selfless Savior. It's just in here for the indestructible. Into our 2-drops now, 4 copy of the Hushbringer. This is the secret sauce in the deck. Hushbringer has been stuffing the meta recently in a very nice way. Obviously, creatures entering the battlefield or dying don't cause abilities to trigger. This is pretty cool. There's so many things that this shuts down right now. One of the most aggressive things in Best of 1 is an Annex Death. And lots of times our opponent will use Annex either to Ember Cleave, and we can interrupt that damage because we've got lots going on. Sometimes we can even tap it, but if Annex dies, he makes all the tokens, and then they drop Torbran on top of it. That's the problem, and now we can shut down those tokens being made, which is really nice. Not to mention any of the other ETB effects. Only from creatures, not from permanent, so omens and everything's still going to work for the Yorion bounce, but, you could shut down something like the Prince Charming or any creature with an ETB effect, really. Anyways, 4 copies of the Luminarch Aspirant. This is a 1/1 at the beginning of combat on your turn. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, whether it be a Speaker of the Heavens, which has Vigilance, a Hushbringer, again, flying, lifelink, which is very, very powerful, or even your Alseid, which you may sacrifice, but again, it's got lifelink, and if we can increase the power and toughness of our lifelink creatures, we're going to not only be able to survive more effectively against the aggro decks, like I said, but we can, get to 27 a lot quicker as well. Anywho, 4 copies of our Seasoned Hallowblade, a 3/1, in which we can discard to tap it, giving it indestructible. Protection from, removal. For the most part, doesn't survive exile is the only thing. But it's worthwhile to keep in your deck because of that. Now, the second engine of the deck here is Lurrus of the Dream Den, the crab's worst nightmare as far as I'm concerned. A 3/2 with lifelink, which is nice, supporting that archetype of the deck. And during each of your turns, you may cast 1 permanent spell with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard. Yup. Our whole deck is 2 or less for the most part. We do have, a few things in the 3-drop selection here, which is nice. But, replaying the Hushbringer from the grave, replaying the Speaker from the Heavens from the grave, replaying the Luminarch Aspirant from the grave, if we don't need to reinforce protection, right? So those are the 3 creatures that we would like to play, ideally, to kind of while out. But if we do not have protection through Alseid of Life's Bounty or our Selfless Savior, then we need to be bringing one of those back from the grave to ensure that we can protect our Lurrus from our opponent's next removal attempt, right? Alseid comes first as a priority because protection is just better because you can stop an exile from targeting, whereas Indestructible can't stop an exile from targeting, which is really, really nice. Protect your Lurrus. Alseid's your highest priority protection, but Selfless Savior is really good as well. And then, you sack it to protect Lurrus, and then you replay it the next turn, and then your protection there for the next turn, right? And then you just kind of perpetually do that until your opponent runs out of removal. Easy. Moving on, we've got 4 copies of our Skyclave Apparition, a 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent, non-token permanent that our opponents control with converted mana cost 4 or less. Absolutely amazing. When it leaves the battlefield, the exiled card's owner creates an XX blue illusion creature token where X is that card's converted mana cost that was exiled. 3 copies of our Maul of the Skyclave. This is a 3 CMC artifact. It auto-equips when it enters. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 as flying first strike. We can re-equip it for 4. This is really nice on the Speaker of the Heavens because it has Vigilance, it has Lifelink. Awesome. You know, again, really good on the Hushbringer. Even though it already has flying, you know, just the first strike on a Lifelink creature is, you know, decent, and powering up our Lifelink creatures in general is one of our, you know, main goals in the deck. However, if your opponent has a lot of removal, we don't have protection in play, you may want to play it on your Seasoned Hallowblade as a safer play, just because, you know, if they do have removal now, instead of losing that creature and losing the equip of your Maul, now you've got to respend that 4 mana, you just tap it, you lose the attack, you discard a card, and you keep at them in the following turn, right? So the Maul is great on life gain, it's also great on the Hallowblade if you don't have protection for those life gain creatures. Speaking of life gain creatures, they can definitely benefit from Heliod Suncrowned, a 5/5 indestructible. As long as your devotion to white is less than 5, it's not a creature, remains an enchantment. So this is nice if we can get it into play because it's a big attacker. And of course, whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature or enchantment we control. We can pay 2 to give another target creature lifelink until the end of turn, which is pretty cool. So, you know, even if we do Maul on the Hallowblade, we can, for 2, give the 5/3 flying Hallowblade lifelink. And that's awesome, right? And then that triggers the +1/+1 counter along with all of our other attackers that land. So the Heliod can really get out of control. We're not running Linden in today's deck, you know, running a more control aspect of it rather than the aggro. As far as, you know, pressing our opponent without taking away our attackers. This is why we have the Hushbringer. This is why we have the Apparition, right? Because we're playing those creatures that have high impact on the field as aggro creatures, but they also mitigate what our opponent's trying to do at the same time. So it's like a really nice way to blend your deck. And yeah, Heliod's nice, grabs you a bunch of lifelink, makes all your creatures stronger, and it has indestructible. 2 copies of Emeria's Call for 7, 2 4/4 angels. Everything else gains indestructible until your next turn, which is cool. It allows us to attack really easily. 16 planes, 4 Ardenvales, which we can tap for 5, creating a 1/1 token human, which is pretty cool as well. You know, even that 1/1 token can grab them all. The Skyclaves, now it's a 3/3 with flying. Not that bad. Anywho, full circle. You want to go as wide as you can. You want to play your life gain creatures while protecting as a priority your Speaker of the Heavens, and then your Lurrus, right? Speaker gets protection until Lurrus is in play, and then the Lurrus gets all the protection focused in on him. Replay the protection to reuse it. Get to 27 life. Start making those angels. Put Skyclave on something else. Attack, attack, attack. Attica! Attica! This is how it feels playing this deck. So you guys remember, don't say a word. This is a top secret 100% win rate in Mythic deck. It took me to the top 200, so very, very nice. I'm feeling very comfortable with it, both on the play and on the draw, which is, you know, an exciting thing to say for a best of 1 deck. So I hope you guys have as good of luck with it as I personally did. Thanks for your time and attention. If you want to support the channel, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. We've got a 500,000 gem giveaway going out to our subscribers, as well as a 100 individual one-on-one session with me for a half hour and $20 in gems. We also have 2 free-to-entry cash prize tournaments every month, Brawl and Artisan. There's a lot going on, you guys. Subscribe to the channel, join the Discord, get in on it, have some fun, and join us along our journey to Mythic rank number 1. Will we ever get there? I don't know. It's a goal one day. I'm not trying to do it yet. We're trying to work into it, right? We don't want to just get there right away. No, it truly is an exhaustive time commitment, I feel. Getting the top 200, I play every day with a nice win rate. That's one thing. I do this consistently every day. People who have jobs, that's a different thing. They got to take days off and then they fall back. But it's the people who grind one deck every day for the whole month. You'll never catch them. I'll never catch them. Maybe one day, but we need some serious support to get there. So I'm really happy with top 200. I just want to be a top 1,000 Mythic content creator, providing you guys 2 new decks every day and having fun while we do it. So super excited for call time. You guys don't miss out on my call time spoilers. And I know we've not even gotten into the gameplay footage yet, so enjoy. That's enough hype from me. Take care. Let me know what you think, of course. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the channel to a friend. Support financially if you can afford to do so on Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, and our Amazon link. VIP Discord access, and, you know, lots of other goodies for our supporters as well. Deck doctors, you know, deck requests, blah, 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 blah. Will this kid ever stop? Enjoy. Thanks for your support. We'll be back with our wrap-up thoughts. Our opponent goes first, which is utterly unacceptable, right? Let's be honest. It must be a broken algorithm, you guys. I found the coolest video today. I'm going to make a meme of it to trash on people who complain. It is a video. It's the gentleman's named. I think it's a Japanese individual, and they're shuffling their magic cards like more effectively and efficiently than I have ever seen. Like, it's like turning the deck sideways, splitting it right in half into itself again. Boom, reset, split, and then we're like splitting it up with both hands into like multiple piles. It was just like the kid was playing piano. It was amazing. But I wanted to make a meme that was like the best shuffling that a human can do, and like show him there, and then the other half of it was what the arena shuffler is like, and then it was just going to be that screen, like 101 screens, because like obviously a human will never touch what this algorithm is doing, even if they are perfect like that, just to give people some awareness and like bring a little humor to it, because it's great. It's like, if you look into it, it's actually like 2 algorithms laid on top of each other, and it's like untouchable by human conception. Like my hands would never do that. Like it's impossible. Like, anywho, into the game, we've got some stuff going on here. See, I'm worried about an extinction event next turn, but they are milling, which is awkward. So let's get removal in play. Not removal, protection from removal. For the next turn, I guess. Not that it'll save us from extinction event. But now we have 2 odds, and we have 2 evens. So it kind of does split that decision up for them. That's a bummer. Was not expecting that. They just trade with us while getting the kill. Alright, we should have kept the Hallowblade back and just banked on protection. Interesting. Okay, playing sloppy. I was too busy thinking about my funny meme that I'm going to do. Let's buckle down. Let's buckle down. 3 cards in hand. We're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. Don't throw this match, HGG. Don't throw this match. You got this, bro. You got this. 2 cards in hand. That's nothing. It's not an end to the story. Don't worry about it. There's no draw in hand. This is what they've got. Are you serious, bro? That's a good trade for me. They could have removal. They could just be flash situations. In case it is a flash blocker, we'll keep Alseid back. It's a big hit. It's a big hit down to 5. Looking good. Did they take a draw here? No. That was 4 unspent mana. They play a passage here. 2 cards in hand still. Lethal in board state. Nice. Good times, good times. New top mythic deck twice a day. Going first. All right, now we're talking. No 2-drop, but nice 3-drops. Ooh, do they have removal? That's going to be the question of the day. I certainly hope not. And can we get an Alseid off the top to protect our speaker? You can tell they're not happy with that turn 1. It's just, oh, Spike Field Hazard? Chalk? Urban Champion, oh, nice. Plot thickens. That's a good 2-drop. I'm glad we picked that up. That's our turn. Skyclave on the speaker. 3/3, it's still in danger, but it's relatively protected. The life gain's also super high priority for us against our red deck. One headphone today. I got like, when I use my headphone and I talk a bunch, my ear like gets really itchy. And that can't be good. Like on the inside, I feel like a cat. I want to get like my leg up and just like start going to town, or like a dog or something, right? Kind of, sort of. Okay, they're smart not to attack because we discard with the Hallowblade. The Vigilance is really nice. Right, I think it makes it worth going to the speaker. Yeah, they're not happy about that. I'm sorry, bro. I gotta do it. I gotta do it, bro. Alright, Annex, what's going on here? What's going on? I'm like hiding from it. Okay. It's all okay. It's all okay. I feel like I'm a... You know, like a... mutilated unicorn or something. Like my... I've just got one and it's like not at the right angle anywhere for anything. Annex! What am I ever going to do with you? If they weren't mad before... Yeah. Yeah. One of the recent things I've learned as a content creator is, you know, you want to be countering your own decks the next day because you release a deck, people are like, yes, that deck's awesome, I'm using that deck. And then you lose to your own decks, and that's heartbreaking. That hurts. So you counter your own decks, right? And now, things work out a little bit nicer for us. Like, if they weren't mad before, you know what I mean? At this point, I'm starting to have remorse. Like, I feel bad. This is not okay. Oh my lantern. This is Angel Town, right? We're in Angel Town here. Woo! One turn. It's hard work. Can you imagine if we had a third Skyclave Apparition? Stop it! We're okay. No attacks. I mean, yeah, no attacks, LOL. A red deck that can't attack, that's also having life gained against it. It's just like a little bit aggressive. Feels pretty good. What if they were running Storm's Wrath, right? What if they curved into a Storm's Wrath on us? We'd have Indestructible still, and that would help a lot. So that would be fine, but it would still be really good for them. That's the only bad scenario I see ever happening. I mean, they just get a 3/3. or they get nothing. And I like the sound of giving them nothing a little bit right here. Another champion. And you really take the damage at this point. Our turn. It's too much. It's too powerful, you guys. Hot dog, top 300. Woo! All right, this is a pretty even matchup. 311 versus 292. We're on the play. Alseid in first. Let's be responsible. Play and tap responsibly, or tap and play responsibly, I guess. The land could be something else, but they're roguing us. They're roguing us. Whoops, I was muted the whole time before that and just unmuted for my burp. LOL. Is that how that worked? I do not know. Or I didn't mute any of it. And I misclicked. I do not know. 2 crabs. 2 crabs. Excuse me, by the way. I'm so sorry about that, you guys. That's cringe AF. I'm using my temporal headphones today. They say they're pretty good. It is rogues. Confirmed rogues. They're looking for a swamp, though. You having a hard time, Billy? We can attack next turn. This turn we can't, though. Or we do, and we just replay it next turn. We do get rid of it. Interesting. The mill could come back to get them. Right, we're sitting on a Lurrus. They could have counter magic. It's not a drowned. And they have disruption. I don't think they're running anything else. So I think we're safe to play it. And we'd need a dog. Yeah, we do have a dog. Ooh, that's really good. I wasn't even thinking about devotion. Let's smash out a crab. No, they just take it. Decent. We want to protect Lurrus, probably still, regardless of what happens. 4 land. The mill is real. Unpleasant. You know what I mean? There's 2 speakers in there, though, at least. They could have 2. Right, it's got to be on the stack. They do. They do! Oh, but they don't. They take the speaker. Well, this is so interesting. And they're just not into it. They're just not into it. They realize that milling a Lurrus deck is not something you can do. And obviously there was no Into the Story in their hand. 232, 232, 232, 232. Woof! Robert West. That sounds so official. Like, Adam West? Is that you? Maybe it's his, like, cousin, right? Jangotha. Mardu sacrifice, question mark? Grab some life. We have removal. We have more aggression. It is interesting. We can sack the bounty if we need. Awkward. 4-color control. Nightmare kills the other. We take the nightmare. This would protect it from another one, but we're just going to play the dog instead. Hang life for this, for the protection. You know, it's not like we have a Speaker of the Heavens in hand for Angels anyways at 27, so let's just try to aggro the match out. Vanishing Lights, we can't protect from. They take the Skyclave. Or they take the Luminarch, probably, maybe. I don't know, yeah, okay. Okay. We take it back, of course. Yeah, we do. Speaking of our speaker, there it is. We may as well fold in, force them to have an extinction event or lose. Hit for 4. Trying to maximize our damage. Here goes everything, you guys. Deep breaths. Hopefully not an event. They would hit odds. We'd only have our aspirant left. What? Shrines in the top 500? Whoa! Whoa! Awkward. They could do it again. Back our pooch. We're all in. Down to 1. Down to 1. This costs 5, so we just speaker, and we are gonna get hit with an extinction event. We are all odds. If we were ever set up to fall, this is where it happens. Good game. Woo! Undefeated, you guys. Top 200. Killing it. Alrighty, top 200. I love it. The deck is pretty good. Really having a lot of fun with it here in best of one. 3 Lurrus, I love. You know, I see lots of people running Shepherd to try to protect Lurrus from taking him back to your hand. I think that's okay, but you know, I'd rather just run multiple copies and go ham, right? Not only does it increase it in your draw, but you know, if something does happen to it, you know, there's a backup one as well now. So I like it. I like it a lot. Let me know what you guys think of the deck below. Big woofs. Thanks for your guys' support. Whether this is your first video, you've been here since the start. It means the world to me that you guys spend your time and attention here with me day in and day out. 2 brand new Mythic decks every single day for you guys. Having fun while we do it. Playing, you know, as organically as we can while still remaining competitive. Because, you know, I understand that it is the average goal to reach Mythic and compete in the qualifiers, which you'll need to be the top 1200 for. So I think this is a great deck to do it. If that's your goal, you know, join the Discord. We've got lots of other people actively doing this every month. It's a lot friendlier when you're doing it as a group, right? You can share your experiences and just, you know, it kind of takes that grind factor out of it. So thanks for your time and attention. I already mentioned the 500,000 gem giveaway. One-on-one giveaways with me as well. We've got 100 of those to give away. Cash prize tournaments every single month that are free entries. There's a lot going on. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Woo! Take care. We'll see you in the next video.